Today we are going to go over how an administrator creates a league on Bowler Pro. The league creation feature is a step-by-step intuitive interface that will allow you to create powerful and modular leagues that you can always modify or add to later on. The first step is to enter the league's basic information. This means giving the league a name, description, address and starting date. Once you select the starting date, you can estimate how many weeks your league will go for and automatically set an end date. If for any reason later on when managing your schedule once teamers start registering you need to add or remove weeks, that is always possible. You will also select the team format of your league here. The second step is to set the handicap configuration, bind configuration, and league rules. The handicap configuration allows you to set the base average used to calculate the handicap, and the percentage of that result that will actually be applied as handicap to the bowler scores. You can choose from different calculation frequency options since the handicap will be automatically updating for you based on what you chose in this option. Alternatively, you can optionally choose if you want the handicap to lock at its current value after a number of weeks, or to start with a set handicap for a given number of weeks before calculation kicks in. You also have the option to set a maximum handicap for different divisions if you are intending to separate bowlers into divisions, or to set a maximum handicap for the entire league. The blind configuration has two types of blinds: the bot blind, which is the team and odd team out will face weekly, which can be given an average here or later, and the absent bowler blind, which is the blind that plays when a bowler didn't make it to the squad. You can select what percentage of that bowler's average the blind will bowl with and whether or not you want the bowler's handicap to count. Lastly, you will enter your league rules. These are the rules and statutes that every member of a league must follow and agree to. The third step is the point system step. On this step you can choose if points will be awarded for both a Game 1 and the Series 1, and the amount of points to be awarded for each. In addition to that, you can enter as many extra point amounts and their descriptions as needed in the custom formula field. Since this extra points can also be awarded at any time by yourself while the league is ongoing. While Game and Series point are awarded automatically when capturing scores. The squad step is where you define the day and the time of the week in which your league will be played, and specifying what kind of oil pattern it's going to be played. The fastest way to do this is by creating the time your league is bowled in, like say, Monday nights, and then selecting the option to repeat weekly to automatically create all of your Monday night squads for the duration of the league. As you can see, they are all created with the oil pattern you selected, but if for any reason there is a week where you know is a special challenge or because it is the final week of the league a different pattern will be used. You have the option to select an oil pattern for as many weeks individually as you desire. The packages and pricing step is where you select the cost to bowl in your league. If you have any special arrangements, like for example paying for the first 3 weeks up front or anything like that, you can create those custom packages if needed. However, the most common way to charge for a league is weekly, so you can simply set the weekly cost that is agreed upon for your league and generate the weekly packages. Logging a payment as completed for each of this week's matters for your books. As the administrator, you are efficiently tracking bowlers' payments and debts even though you are not actually processing the payments in the platform. The leaderboard and payout step is where you will define which leaderboards your league will track in real time and will show up for yourself and all the bowlers. We provide the option to track the point leaderboard by team, which is the most important, but also overall pinfall by bowler, by division if needed, and almost never used but given to you, by team. You can also set here what amount of money will be awarded to the winners, second place, etc. with whatever configuration you desire. If you forget to add a leaderboard or payment for one of the leaderboard's placements, like say third place, you can always do that later when managing the league. The award step is where you can add any special rewards either in money or items like trophies and medals for special accomplishments. For example, bowling a 300 game, among other things that you may want to keep track of. Finally, you have the side action step. This is where you will add any side events that you wish to run on a weekly basis, like for example side pots. Once you select the type of side event you are creating, you should assign a name, a cost, choose if this is an individual, doubles or team event, and the games that will be used for this event. Normally all games are used, which in our example we selected 3 games on step 1. Then an event type specific configuration section will show up, where we can choose the different options in payout amounts and win account. The amounts can always be changed later when managing the league based on the number of entries we receive. In this example, we constructed some 2-game side pots that will keep track of the sum of those 2 selected games for the bowlers that wish to participate. As you can see, we have the most complete list of side action software in the industry, so you can choose to add all of these events now or later on when managing the league. Let me give one more example of how creating a survivor event, for instance, can look like. Once we enter the 3 separated games that we will be playing, we see the option to set the scores thresholds to survive each round along with payout options per round, or for full survivors after the 3 games. If this was a 5-game league, we would simply enter 5 games. Remember, you can always add or modify side action later when managing the league. So for now, let's move on and review everything we've done. On the final step, we can go over and double-check our league configuration that we are about to create and see if there is anything that we need to go back and fix, anything we forgot to add, or if we are satisfied with this starting point, we can go ahead and create the league so that we can move on to manage it. At any time during this process, you can access the help window for guidance on what each of these steps are, and your options to complete them. Once a league is created, you will be able to access it via the Manage Leagues page. In here you will see your upcoming league and access its dashboard by clicking it. Once at the dashboard, you will be able to do various things like adding staff to your league and assigning roles to them. Adding side events you forgot to include. Registering bowlers and teams by either inviting them here, which would send an invitation to the bowlers via email that they must accept on their Bowler Pro player accounts. Or force registering them yourself if you already have their approval and only notify them via email that they were added to your league. This will immediately sign them up and show them as ready to schedule and check-in. We will go into great detail into how scheduling and capturing scores work, the check-in, the financials page and more, on a separate video titled, How to Manage Your Bowler Pro League. For now, just get a general idea of what to expect, like for example the dashboard to run each of your side events weekly, their entries, modularity, live results, and payouts. The scheduling component will require a whole video on its own, for instance, since it is extremely powerful. In the parametric scheduling options it gives you like times teams will face each other, position squads every X amount of weeks, finals by position, bye weeks, etc. The options to begin creating your schedule are enabled once your teams are signed up and eligible to bowl. After a schedule is created, you will be able to handle the matches, capture the scores among many other features. Expect a video going over all of this soon. For now, thank you so much for watching, see you next time.